U.S. climate envoy John Kerry says it is imperative that China and the United States make real progress on tackling climate change. He is in Beijing to revive stalled talks. His meetings this week with his counterpart Xie Zhenhua take place as China is dealing with a bout of extreme weather. Mr. Kerry is asking China to reduce its methane emissions and end the construction of coal-fired power plants. Washington has criticized Beijing's poor climate record, even as it fails to meet its own pledges. The two countries are the largest emitters of greenhouse gases in the world. Let's bring in CNA's Olivia Seong. She joins us live from Beijing. Ollie, what do we know about the progress that's been talked about from these meetings?
Well, Jill, we know that the talks today went on for about 4 hours, and discussions are set to continue with Mr. Kerry scheduled to be here in China until Wednesday. And straight off the bat, Mr. Kerry telling China that climate change is not a political issue. But we aren't hearing too much from the Chinese side about these talks just yet. The foreign ministry is saying that details will be released in due course. But what they said was that China would exchange in-depth views with the U.S. on climate change-related issues and work together to meet challenges and enhance the well-being of current and future generations. Now, this is the latest in a series of high-level visits by U.S. officials to China. It's seen as a positive step, even as China seems to be trying to manage expectations. We've seen reports in the Communist Party-linked Global Times in which it quoted experts saying that observers are expecting little, if any, concrete progress from these climate change talks. Also, no expectations that things will be able to go back to what they were back in 2021 when the two countries announced that they would be boosting climate change cooperation. Adding that also in the Global Times report that if, quote, the U.S. continues its crackdown on China, it is unlikely to be conducive on any kind of cooperation, including on climate change. Now, climate change had been one of the few areas that China and the U.S. could find common ground in amid its troubled relationship, butting heads over numerous issues. And now it remains to be seen what sort of progress can be made, perhaps now more just about restarting engagement once again.
Yeah, now those talks may be ongoing, but on the outside, Typhoon Talim is expected to be making landfall along the southern coast tonight. Now, what kind of preparations have been put in place?
Yeah, we're seeing those scenes of dark clouds and rainy skies already in the south of China as provinces in the south, namely Hainan, Guangdong and Guangxi, are bracing for this typhoon to make landfall, which would be the first to make landfall in China this year, with meteorological authorities also saying that it could increase in intensity to become a severe typhoon. Just a short while ago, we also saw authorities issue for the first time this year a red flash flood disaster warning to last till Wednesday, and saying that there is a high possibility of flash floods, including in parts of southern Guangxi. Now, this is the most severe warning in China's 4-tier alert system. In Hainan province, we know that the provincial capital, the city of Haikou, is bracing for the hit. All flights in and out of the city's airport had been cancelled today. High-speed rail trains connecting to the province also suspended, and port operations were also stopped. We had seen earlier as well authorities calling on boats, fishing boats in nearby waters to make sure that they return back to the ports to be able to dock in time to ensure that they are safe. And most operations in the city have also reportedly been suspended from noon. And so really authorities on high alert and bracing for what's to come.
Olivia Seong reporting from Beijing. Thanks, Ollie, for the update.